Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a reading for the sign of Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Virgo, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to you to solicit for private readings. I do offer private readings, and information regarding that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page. This is a very special reading, and it's what your spirit guides would like to communicate to you, as opposed to my spirit guides, but I think they all kind of talk to each other. Virgo, it's kind of unconventional for me. I am doing this reading at night, so the lighting can seem a little off, but I just wanted to be able to get your series of readings in. We're going to be doing your base spread with the Radiant Wilds Tarot, and the overall energy I'm going to pull from the Untamed Elemental deck. So 3 cards for the base spread, 3 cards for clarifier. I'll pull more if I need to. I'm sorry if you hear any obnoxiousness outside the window. It's something that I can't help. So let's see. What is the message for Virgo at this time, Spirit? Okay, 1 card came out for you. Wow, isn't that beautiful for a earth sign? You got root and this intricate, delicate, it's almost like a mapping. I see a mapping here. It's kind of like it's strange though, because it's almost like I'm looking at it top down. So it's as if the card is laying this way and I'm looking at it top down. So when you kind of orient yourself, it's almost like the top of the plant or whatever it is, it's right in the very center. So it's almost talking to me about maybe a little bit of hanged man energy, which would talk about getting a very vast perspective from the place that you are now in order to suss out or determine how things are laid out. Perhaps things underground, things that you can't see under the surface. So we shall see what Spirit wants to say. So cards have been pre-shuffled. Let's see. In Virgo, it's such a weird, it's weird energy that I have right now. It's not that I haven't read tarot at night. I just haven't done it for the channel in particular. So it's kind of got a different, little bit of a cozier vibe to it. I feel kind of cozy. Maybe it's just your energy. In the challenges and the fears that your spirit guides would like you to know about. Sorry if it's difficult for you to see the cards, but this is the Magician, number 1 of the major arcana. So the Magician talks about manifestation and having all of the tools of the tarot at your disposal. So it's kind of one of these things that I say that if I told you right now, right in this very moment, that you had everything that you needed to manifest the life of your dreams, would you believe me? Would it be easy to say, absolutely I do? Right now it doesn't seem so easy, because this is in the challenges and the fears that you're looking ahead, that you want to manifest, that you have like a very clear concept of what it is that it's like you know what the end goal is. But perhaps the path to getting there is convoluted. It's almost like a labyrinth. Like it's reminding me of like when I was a little kid, and they used to have those well, where I'm from, and they had a little section in the newspaper that was just for kids. And I'm seeing the little maze, the drawing of a maze that they'd have every week, every Sunday, in the kids section of the newspaper. And when I was little, I would take a marker and then try to find my way. You know, if it was like a mouse and then there was cheese, or like, I don't even remember what the combinations were, but a starting point and an ending point. So it's kind of like, you know what you want to manifest. You can see the rainbow ahead of you, but the path, you know, now I hear the song, the Beatles song, The Long and Winding Road. The long and winding road will never disappear. I've seen that road before. So maybe those are the lyrics, some of the lyrics, and I'm taking the lyrics out of context. It's a good song. If you haven't listened to that song by the Beatles, The Long and Winding Road, it's kind of a downer, but so beautiful. I've seen that road before. So perhaps you've dreamt of this path. Maybe you asked your guides for a solution to the problem of how to get from A to C. A to C? Why did I meant to say Z? And I said C. Why did I say that? Maybe your name starts with a C, or whatever you're dealing with starts with a C. I don't know. Take that as it resonates. I said Z in my head and it came out C. So that's super weird. Well, why is it a challenge? This manifestation that you're trying to bring in, or even the embodiment of the magician, that you're trying to be somebody who can think in positive terms and look to the future with optimism and believe in your own abilities. It's clarified by the Three of Swords. You know, it's weird because I kept doing this. That was completely, in the moment that I did it was very subconscious, but now I see, right? Now I'm hearing KT Tunstall, suddenly I see. This is what I want to be, suddenly I see. Why the hell it means so much to me. Those are the lyrics to that song. Three of Swords is air energy, and it talks about tremendous disappointment or heartbreak or heartache or just struggle, some kind of struggle. And the head of this, sorry, I'm trying to keep the glare off of it. The head of this figure is made out of the planet Saturn, and Saturn is Father Time. We kind of have to play by Saturn's rules. Saturn is all about constriction and restriction, standards. It's a little bit of a slog. So whatever this kind of period of frustration, you know, you're walking through this desert and it feels like the hands are on the hips, kind of like, my hips are tired, I'm exhausted, you know, that kind of energy. So this is the challenge right now. I could see why this would be a challenge to you, trying to move on from it. I'm going to pull a clarifier, see what's going on with that. What is the disappointment, Spirit? I'd like to know what the disappointment is that they're dealing with right now for the Virgo collective. Okay, so half the deck just fell on the ground. But the card that flipped over was the Ace of Wands in reverse. So something's a big old mess. My desk is a mess right now, and thank goodness you can't see it because it's a big old mess. But half the deck just fell on the ground. That doesn't usually happen to me. So Ace of Wands talks about a brand new opportunity or beginning, passionate new beginning from spirit. You know, you're waiting for this magic. I just heard trapdoor. But then I saw Taylor Swift coming up out of the stage. I've never seen Taylor Swift in concert, and if you've seen her, then very lucky you. But I'm just seeing her, but like a performer coming through a trapdoor. So it's not like a trapdoor that you fall through. It's more like a floor. It's something underneath the surface. Something underneath the surface that's going to, just like the roots of the tree, it's going to like, you're looking for that thing that's going to raise you up. And right now, you don't see the doorway yet. And the fact that the ace is here shows me that Spirit wants to bring it to you. But it might not be the right timing. This is what, you know, this is a hard thing to deal with, because I was thinking about it recently, that ultimately I don't want something before it's ready for me or I'm ready for it, right? Thank you, Spirit. You don't want to like preemptively get something that's not quite done in the, or resonating at the frequency that you need it to resonate at. Not a good idea, right? Because it kind of like backfires in your face when it's premature. All right, listen, this is the message that I've been getting, because I've been a little impatient about a couple things lately, and I have to remember, you know, like if we're stuck in traffic, there's a reason there's a delay. You may not know what that reason is. Just be grateful. Just say, thank you, Spirit. I'm not supposed to know what's up ahead because you're taking care of it for me, right? And I just heard somebody, it's like, I heard spiritual bypassing. That's real tricky, because that's a real thing. To spiritual bypassing, you know, it seems like it's the concept of, you know, everything happens for a reason. The tragedy of our lives happens for a reason, and you know, we don't know what it is or whatever. No, I mean, we can all admit that like tragedy sucks, and who likes to go through that? And yeah, we may be learning lessons, but like, we don't have to be like it. It's not, but gratitude is different. It's like, it's being grateful for the lesson, not necessarily the event. Right? Like if there's something, God forbid, that's tragic, we don't have to say, well, you know, we don't have to relish in its greatness, because in and of itself, it might have been a tragic thing. But how we absorb that energy, transmute it, come together as a collective, a community, learn from our mistakes, grow from our mistakes, help one another. That's where the gratitude comes in, at least in my opinion. But Spirit wants me to address it, because I don't think I've ever said maybe once I said spiritual bypassing in a reading that I've done before, because just like it's just a thin line between everything, right? And we have to use our own internal guidance system to navigate these things ultimately, right? I'm just reading cards here, just reading pictures. You know what's best for you. However, it shows me dealing with some really strenuous dealings regarding your manifestation. So, okay. I'm just going to pick up these cards that fell down. 1 second. Okay. It was a lot of cards. All right. Let me just gather myself here. Okay. So, in the lessons, right? We were talking about lessons. This is beautiful energy, because even if you've experience frustration, I can see you're learning from it. And somebody say, yep, here I go again, being the bigger person. Yeah, I mean, Virgo, I've known Virgos, I've known a lot of Virgos, and most often they are the bigger person, because they can see the forest for the trees. They can see the whole schemata. Where's that word coming from? The schematics. You know, it's almost like Spirit just showed me a chessboard. So it's like you already can see the layout of the land, the layout of a situation. And because you have that ability, you know, you couldn't help this frustration over here. This was a part of your life. But what's the lesson you're getting out of it? Amazing cards. King of Cups, clarified by the Ten of Cups. I mean, spectacular. What does this show me? Emotional maturity, and clarified by this beautiful space of gratitude for the abundance of your life, such as it is, whatever form that takes. You know, abundance looks different to everybody. So I don't know why that exists. That sound. I don't know why kids think that's fun, or adults. Anyway, sorry, got distracted there. So here it is again. We see Magician here and the King of Cups here, both kind of projecting outward. But it's almost like there's like a... So the King of Cups is minor arcana, the Magician is major arcana. But for some reason here, because there's like space in the background, the cosmos, this energy for you seems a lot more dynamic. Like, it's almost like a portal has opened up. So you can see even more deeply into the situation. So perhaps the manifestation has changed slightly. So this brings up another issue where, you know, we call it cosmic ordering. So you're manifesting to the universe that you want something. Let's say $30,000 or whatever. I'm just using that as an example. But last week you were like, oh, I think I would be okay with 15. Just an extra $15,000 to get me through. And then you say, okay, Spirit, you know, bring me that amount of money. And then the next week you look at your finances, and again you're just like, wow, I could really use another 15 on top of that. Spirit, can you bring in $30,000 for me by the end of this year? So they can. And you also, right? We need to move towards our manifestations. We do a little bit of work and Spirit rewards us, right? We focus in on that positivity and that gratefulness. However, you've now changed your cosmic order. It's because Spirit is also, they're working with you, a divine being who changes their mind. They're also working with infinite number of minds and possibilities, all that have free will, all changing their minds. So when we change our minds and we're not clear with Spirit, to be clear, when we're not clear with Spirit, maybe because something has sullied that experience, then it takes a little bit longer to come through. It's not to say that it won't, because it's clarified by this gorgeousness. The cups, the suit of the cups is water, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So it's like saying that your heart space and your emotions, they're completely balanced. That even if you have this energy of sadness and just like maybe there was a sense that, should I give up? Should I give up? You still maintained a peaceful state of being, right? That things that could have shaken other people. What's the past tense of that? Shook? That might have shook other people? That might have caused others to be frazzled. I don't know, my brain's not working at night. That somehow you maintained composure, because the King of Cups is Scorpio energy in particular, and it's a divine masculine energy, doesn't have to be a man, divine masculine energy that has a beautiful sense of self-possession. There's a composure and an awareness and a maturity regarding the emotional body, the emotional self. So I just see a lot of maturity in this energy and gratefulness. This card comes to me as gratefulness. I have a clarifier on the King of Cups. What is that manifestation looking like now? Card flew right out. King of Pentacles in the reverse. So right now, okay, the lesson here is, okay, I've got my emotional self under control. And now it's all about the Pentacle energy, your energy, the Earth energy, coming into my own. King of Pentacles, that would describe you being at the height of your element, the height of being so comfortable in your own skin, as far as the things in your wheelhouse that make you feel comfortable, like your finances, your homestead, your family, getting all of those back on track. Because right now I see there's a little bit of a sense of a little out of control. Not that you're out of control, but like situations regarding those areas of your life that you normally sit very, very firmly and well in, they feel a little topsy-turvy. They're a little upside down, right? So while you know who you are through and through and through in this beautiful way emotionally, you just wish the material world actions and consequences and situations could be just a little bit more pulled together. Like, can all these roots come together to create a singularity here? Like, can we pool all of our resources to grow this mighty tree? I'm thinking, they just showed me an acorn, right? This idea that from the meek acorn emerges the mighty oak. I mean, when you think about that, it's pretty incredible, right? When you think about seeds and plants, teeny tiny little seeds. Tiny acorn could grow a great oak tree. Like, isn't that insane? I don't know. I was at the park recently, so they have an acorn statue, and Spirit just showed that statue to me. What are your next steps and advice? You have the Eight of Cups in the reverse. Typically, this would be a card of walking away. It's kind of a trippy image. It's weird too, because Earth is in the background, not the moon. What is that, Spirit? Looks kind of like a mountain range here. Typically in the Eight of Cups, it's not the Earth in the background, it's an eclipse. It's the sun and the moon together. So already it's slightly different. But you got it in reverse. So it's kind of walking, not walking backwards, but turning back towards something. Clarified by the Eight of Wands. That's double 8. That's a synchronicity, Virgo. So You may see double 8s in your travels on license plates. It was weird. I was talking with a family member about my mom's birthday coming up. I was in the car, I was texting. I was not driving. I was texting. And I was talking about my mom's 80th birthday coming up, and I looked up in the car in front of me, not on the license plate, just a random set of numbers. I think it was like a livery cab or something. It had the number 80 on it. I mean, what are the odds of that? It's just so bizarre, right? So you may see number synchronicities, so take it as it resonates. Clarifying this coming back to something, a homecoming to something. It's the 8 of Wands, fast action, fast communication, right? We're doing flips and bounds, and it's something that's really joyful, I feel. Joyful and also skillful, right? It's kind of a yoga pose. There's a balance, there's a skillfulness, but it's also kind of like we're doing flips and cartwheels, and we're elated to be returning to our roots. I'm going to pull one more clarifier for that. Beautiful. 2 of Cups, 2 of Cups, 2 of Cups. That's beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. Things are going to be okay, Virgo. It's just really get in touch. You know, this could describe a divine partner, but I really believe that it's you and your higher self, especially because it's like mirrored here, right? It's like reaching out to your higher self, becoming in alignment with your soul's purpose and your soul's calling, like getting back to basics, our life's path, get back on the path. Maybe there's been a little convoluted movement and you know it, right? Because you can see it from above. You have the perspective. You have the emotional intelligence now. So Spirit is saying, you know, a homecoming back to oneself. This may require some meditation, some really deep introspection, like truly looking at what it is that you're fearing most right now and saying, do I need to control everything? Can I just be, right? King Cups, Cups energy, water energy, go with the flow. Allow things to flow. That seems really important. That's your reading, Virgo. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Bye, Virgo.